Right, so there have been many rumors regarding iPhone 14 about how it's gonna get a complete redesign and how it's gonna be the best iPhone ever, which Apple says every time they launch a new iPhone. But anyways, the thing is, the rumors are pretty exciting and interesting. So the main question is, if you are interested in buying an iPhone, should you wait for the iPhone 14 or not? Is it really going to be worth it? Well, let's find out. Well, as far as the design is concerned, rumors are suggesting that iPhone 14 is going to be a mixture of iPhone 13 and an iPhone 4, meaning that it will have the same round volume buttons just like the iPhone 4, and it will have no camera bump. So the cameras will be sitting flushed with the surface, just like iPhone 4, but there will be no notch this time. Analysts and leakers like Ming-Chi Kuo and Dylan DKT and Mark Gurman, they're saying that there is a chance that iPhone 14 is going to have a punch hole camera. And you might be wondering like, okay, but what happens with the Face ID then? Well, there are two rumors regarding that. Ming-Chi Kuo and Dylan DKT are suggesting that it's gonna have an under-display Face ID. And the other rumors are suggesting that it's gonna have a pill-shaped cutout right beside the punch hole camera for Face ID. And some of the rumors are even suggesting that it will not have a Face ID, it will have a built-in under-display Touch ID, a fingerprint scanner. But I'm not really sure that Apple is going to do that, especially since Apple has launched something way more advanced than a built-in fingerprint scanner, Face ID. But one thing that I'm not really sure of is the Face ID under the display. Because if you look at the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, they have the front camera under the display, and that pretty much sucks. So what will be the reliability, the performance, the accuracy of a Face ID system under the display? That's something that Apple will have to figure out. Because one thing that we can all agree on is that Apple never compromises on quality. So I think that Apple will go with a pill-shaped cutout and a punch hole camera, which is still pretty dope. And for the next rumor, let me go back to my seat because I'm extremely tired right now. Right. Okay, so the second rumor is regarding the charging port. Some rumors are suggesting that Apple is going to introduce USB-C port in the higher end models of the iPhone, like the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. And people are saying because of the recent conflict between European Union and Apple, European Union wants Apple to adopt to the charging ports that are used globally, which is, the USB-C. But I don't think that's gonna happen ever because first of all, Apple knows that people love the USB-C port. And if they will just introduce USB-C port in iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max and not in the other versions of iPhone 14, people are not going to buy these ones, so it's bad for business. But secondly, European Union cannot push Apple at all because that will make everything even worse. Apple can just remove the charging ports altogether from the iPhones and push customers to use their wireless MagSafe chargers. We all know that Apple can do that. So yeah, conclusion, Lightning port is not going anywhere at all. Now, another interesting rumor that I've heard is actually about the discontinuation of the iPhone mini. People are saying that there will be no more iPhone mini in the future, and this is because of the very disappointing sales figures of the iPhone 13 mini. So Apple is going with the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Pro Max, and there will be a bigger version of their iPhone 14 called the iPhone 14 Max. I'm gonna come to the iPhone 14 Max part later, but first let's talk about why I think that Apple not making an iPhone 14 mini is actually a good idea, because putting a power-hungry processor into a phone that's the size of an egg with a battery that really sucks, and so that's why people will never buy a phone no matter how much portable it is, how much performance it has, if it has a shitty battery and they have to walk around with a power bank all the time. Now, as far as the iPhone 14 Max is concerned, I think Apple is definitely gonna go with it because first, it's another product, so more sales, more profit. But secondly, it's actually good for the people who want a bigger iPhone with a bigger battery, but cannot afford the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I think it's going to be a good product somewhere in the middle of the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 14. So now let's get to the main question. Should you wait for the iPhone 14? Will it get a complete redesign or not? Will it be the best iPhone ever? Well, the thing is, the rumors that I shared with you are from very reliable analysts and leakers. And I think Apple is going with that direction. So if you will wait for iPhone 14, you're going to get a way much better deal than the iPhone 13 or let's say 12, right? You will have a completely redesigned iPhone that looks completely different than the 13 or the 12. But even if Apple doesn't go with it, right, you can still buy iPhone 13 at a cheaper price when the iPhone 14 is launched. Or if you're somebody like me, you can buy an iPhone 12 because it will be much more cheaper than the iPhone 13 as well. But I think Apple is definitely going to go with these rumors because last time when I made a video on the Mac rumors, almost all of them became true. Check this video out to see what I'm talking about. All right, I'll see you next week.